I had trouble getting it downloaded to start with. So here I've got Jesse, the light robot. I'm loving that. See how quick that change was. That was brilliant. That change is really. I mean, it was quick before, and I didn't think there was a problem with this one, but I've noticed looking at Facebook and what some of my friends have been saying that they did think it was a little bit slow, but I personally thought it was fine. But now it's just excellent. And these weapons, I have got quite a bit to say about them, but we'll get to that. There's an L1, 2 and 3 for it's basically difference in range, and testing them all, having them all tested on the same weekend, in my opinion, is a bit of a bad move, because this is what happens. Everybody runs them and you cannot tell the difference. I've thrown this in because I did want to test the Ansel, but you know, as soon as it's going to be changed anyway, whatever happens, I didn't suppose that there was really a reason to, and it's not going to be very effective or easy to test with all the energy weapons going on at the moment. So I'm going to bail on this. Well, let me just see if I can get him killed first, really quickly. But trust me, I won't be long in this robot, because I want to say a couple of words about Doc and Butch, to be honest. But yeah, those two are kind of more important and will be of more benefit to the developers. I'm connected anyway, so let's change robots. Well, at least someone's got some guns, so hold on a sec then. So, there we go. Now, I'm guessing he used mollets then. No, that must have been Punishers from that distance. But anyway, as you see, it's that regenerated a lot faster, and that's exactly what the Ansel needed. Oh, there we go, that's it. That's who was shooting. And yeah, I'm guessing that's mollets by the rate of fire. And you see, I've got full energy back on the Ansel, which is beautiful. And a great addition to the game, and it's exactly what it needed, because you don't see many Ansels run, especially on a lance. Maybe in sort of mid-low silver, but I keep doing that. Sorry, but not in top gold. Okay, let's get on quickly to Doc. Now, again with this on here, I've put there's an L1 which has short range, higher damage, and I've put the L3 on. Sorry, the M3, because it's a medium prototype. So I've put the M1 and the M3. Now, the M1 has a shorter range, high damage, and this is the M3. Now, in my opinion, for its range, its damage is actually too high. The medium 3. Also, loving that switch over speed up. Brilliant, well done. Great stuff. Just what it needed. Oh, I forgot I'd put hydrogens on here. Never mind. But anyway, for the range you get with the medium 3s for the because it's got 1100 range, if I'm not mistaken. That is and the damage is whew. Now I haven't written any of this down, so it's all off the top of my head, but I went through all the figures real quick, as like I said, I haven't got much time this weekend. I thought it was a bit high for the range it's given. It should be cut down a bit on the damage side. Not that the range is fine, brilliant idea, and probably make the game, you know, just a little bit of variance in there. But like I said, that damage does need to come down a bit. Okay, now this is one thing I've spoke about many times on many different platforms. The changeover on Butch is not the changeover, sorry, the cooldown on Butch. It was 42 seconds, I believe. And I said it needed to be halved, and that's what it is. It's halved, and now it is really effective. Super. I mean, it runs okay, because you have to remember this is a test server, and you're fighting against all equals. So I was probably a bit harsh on it being, you know, way too long, and it is really. But 20 seconds makes it a much more tempting buy. In fact, all the changes on all three bots, the speed of the changeover and the cooldown, all good and heading in the right direction. Now, as far as the light, medium and heavy prototypes go, it's just too hard to tell, because releasing them all for test on the same weekend is not a good idea. Maybe try do one set one weekend and one another, and go about things that way. That would have been an easier way to. Let me just show you what I mean about the damage with regards to the distance on these weapons. Because with the 350 range, the reload, ignore for now, but 20,000, you know, that's really high for a medium, but that's okay because of the range. So let's go to the medium 3. Now that's 1100. That's almost from one side of Yamantau to the other platform, just about, to give you some perspective. But your damage is still 13.2 thousand, which is an incredible amount. Yeah, if you go to there's no, you know, there's not another medium weapon that comes close to that in damage. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the thought process behind that is, but that's heavy weapon territory, and it's just too much. It really is. So that needs to come down. With regards to all the bot changes, like the buffing the health on the the Rog and the Gareth and Leo, and also the changes on the Fusion. All really fantastic, and I've done a video previously about that, so I'm not going to talk too much about that. I will quickly try and do one more game to see if I can quickly get one. I might not be able to, but I do want to talk about another little issue with Doc and Butch. Not so much Jesse. Jesse doesn't really slide around much, but I'm kind of hoping I get either Springfield or Yaman Tau for this, because Doc is a medium bot and all the other medium bots are quite sure-footed, really. Perfect. So I almost planned that. Very sure-footed on the hills. Now, let me just show you on Doc what I mean. I'm going to switch to these because I've got the longer range. I'm going to ignore the battle for a second and just show you how unsteady on his feet is, and I think for a medium bot he should be much more sure-footed. I can understand it on a big heavy like like Butch, but yeah, he's I'm trying to show you something now and he's walking around fine. He seems to be fine at the moment. Oh, there we go. Now, I probably picked the wrong spot there, I don't know. There we go. You see, I was trying to... But that happens in all sorts of places. I won't bang on it too much. There we go, you see. I'm trying to walk left, and I'm just sliding down. And in a medium bot, personally, I think he should be much more sure-footed. Like I said, I can understand it if you've got to love that fast switch, by the way. He's got to be, over his feet, he's got to be like a goat, a mountain goat. I didn't see you, buddy. Yeah, but unfortunately, he kind of slips and slides all over the place. Everywhere. Here, on Springfield, on that little bit of grass area, if you know what I mean. As you're walking up that little hill towards the centre beacon. I owe Warlock $10 every time I say the centre beacon. But anyway, another little thing that I'll go get that beacon and talk about another little thing. This switch over, let me just quickly fire. Now, you see, I'm not having a problem. I'm trying to... Yeah, he shoots into the ground, basically, but that's only if you're being impatient, in my opinion. I suppose if you was up here, if you had different weapons on, and you was in close quarter battles, and you'd press that fire button, you would shoot into the ground. Which is a bit of a problem.